Okay, for those who asked how I pack 3 to 4 days into my 48 litre EA Osprey, I'm going to do a very quick repacking and hopefully it will be helpful for someone. So all I've got on here at the moment is empty inside. I've got my Z-Pack foam, which I leave there on the side because it's fiddly. I'm not going to take it out and put it back in. It lives there. The pack cover that I use covers that, so that keeps it dry for sleeping at night. And then in the front I have a pack cover. I don't have the Osprey one. I have my Lowy Alpine pack one, which is a 45 plus 10. No, it isn't. It's 35 plus 10. But it fits this perfectly. I'll probably get an Osprey at some point. And then hooked here, I just keep my dog poo bags, which are for anything I can't dig into the ground, and also one of these at night I use as a bin bag, and then I just put them in here and get rid of them whenever I come across a bin. So the first thing I pack is my sleep system, and when it isn't cold I will use my OEX Evolution 300, but I recently purchased a Camper Box 600. I've said many times I'm on a budget, a down one, and it is lovely and cozy. So I use a pack liner and a 30 litre Osprey waterproof compression sack. Into the bottom of that I will put my night clothes. I have a little racer back top and an extra t-shirt if I need it. My nighttime socks, my camp socks. My travel towel and a pair of fleece lined leggings. I also put my pillow system, my Trekology pillowcase, and a Cocoon Microlight Air Core inflatable pillow. And they go in to the stuff sack as well, because those are things I don't need until I am set up and in camp at night. The next thing now that goes in is the sleeping bag. And this is where it takes some stuffing. But the 30 litre is a great size for this. And it doesn't live in it, it's just where it goes when I am going out on a trail. So you can start giving it a good stuff down. And then finally on top of that goes my 4-class 100. I think I'll probably go up to a 500 when I see them on sale. But that's done me well in camp at night. And if I do feel a bit chilly in the sleeping bag, I will quite often put this on and sleep in it, and it's nice and loose around me. So right, so that's everything that goes in here, but this is when you need to get some acrobatics on and use your body weight to get rid of as much air as you can out of everything that's in here. And this is the secret. Right. Now, when you have done a reasonably good job on that, I'm going to use 2 knees now. Then squeeze out the top and very quickly start twisting. And that, if I spent a bit more time, I could probably get a bit more out, but that's not too bad. Right, so that now goes into the pack liner, and the pack liner now goes into the sleeping bag. Not the sleeping bag, the rucksack. Now, my stuff sack I put sideways in there, and that seems to give me a reasonable bottom shape. So the next thing that goes in is my sleeping pad, and this is my Trail £20 sleeping pad. I've had it for a year and a half now, taken it all over, and it's been very comfortable for me. And as I say, on a budget, it's a decent one. So, you know, if you're a bit heftier, you move around more, you might need something a bit better, but this is great. So this goes on the side, outside of the pack liner. I then take my tent poles and they go on the inside pocket at the back. And the other thing that's in there is my windshield for my cook system. So very carefully, just push the pack liner forward a bit so you can get them right down without damaging, puncturing anything. Right, back to the pack liner. The next things that go in, my cook system. I use a Pocket Rocket 2 and a small canister of gas inside a 600ml titanium pot. I've got my spork. I also have my collapsible cup in here, and a lighter and the stabilizers for my canister. So I just tuck that in, push it down, along with my electronics in a waterproof bag. So I've got an Anker Zolo 20,000. It has an integral C USB, my Flextail 2 pump, and a couple of nozzles for the pump. And that goes in here as well, on the same level. And then I also put on this level, because it then gives me a flat to put my food pack on, the tent inner, which is in a compression waterproof sack, and this stays dry no matter what. So give that a good push down. My food, I've put these, I'm not going away now, but I've put in 3 fire pot meals, some mug shots for lunch, a couple of breakfast bars, and tucked in are some coffee bags and hot chocolates. So they go on the flat on top as the next layer. And then finally, that's it for the stuff sack. So I twist it off, tuck it down the back, and that is my waterproofed kit inside. And you can see there's still a reasonable amount of space left. The last 2 things that go on the inside are my tent outer, and in here I also have my pegs. So that goes just there, and I can give that a little bit of a push down. Oh, I lost my strap there. And my flip-flops, which I wear in camp, and I like these sliders really, because they don't have that little bit in the middle, so I can wear them with my socks. And that is pretty much, just let that out a bit, the inside packed. So that is my 48 litres in, tuck that in. On the inside I put my first aid kit and my toothbrush, toothpaste, lip moisturiser, comb, and a little pot of incense cones, especially in Scotland. They're citronella, and I like one of those on a stone just inside the tent. That keeps the midges out of it while the door's open. And finally, I have a little woolly cap if I need that in bed at night. So that's fit in there pretty well, and that is all I would take on a 3 to 4 day trail. Up in the top pouch I have my poo kit, a spare dry pair of socks in a Ziploc bag, and thanks to Carol, my cozy for rehydrating my firepot meals. And what I keep in here is my Katadyn Be-Free water filter. Before Carol made me this fabulous pink pack, I used to keep that in my woolly hat just to protect it from anything that might pierce it. So that goes in there. The only other thing I take with me, I have had smaller bum bags, and I only usually carry a couple of things, but because they're not waterproof, anything in them used to get completely soaked through. So I invested in this aqua pack, not sponsored, I bought it, but it is fabulously waterproof, bomb-proof in terms of persistent heavy rain over a day. And what I put in here, tissues, hand sanitizer, my day's snacks. Oh yeah, that's the other thing that I put in. I'll divide up each day's grazing snacks, bit of trail mix, some pepperami, some chocolates, and pop each day's in here at the start before I leave where I've spent the night. This is, I know it looks dodgy, I just have a pack of ibuprofen because I have a knee waiting for a partial knee replacement. So every 4 hours during the day of a trek, I will pop 2 of those. My purse if I need it. I've only just bought the DJI Osmo Action 4 that I'm filming this on, as you can probably tell from my very naive videoing, but it too will fit inside this. And then that just folds down, and oh, I will keep my paper map in there as well. And then in the front, I keep my phone because I use that for navigation. But again, it's got a waterproof zip. So hopefully it will be helpful for someone who hasn't had much experience of backpack Tetris to see how I get that much into that pack. And as I say, between 12 and 13 and a half kilo is the weight that I've been working with for the past year. So